I knew it. Avengers! Assemble. No, give me that. You have the little one.
Mrs. Stark! Oh my God! Holy cow! You will not believe what's been going on. Do you remember that we were in space just a minute ago? And then I vanished, and what's all that gray stuff in your hair?
It's just gray hair.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, Dr. Strange was there when I got back, right? And he gave us this big briefing on how to... What are you doing?
He was purposefully just being nice to Thor, not trying to quote-unquote steal his thunder. You have to remember that at that time, the hammer was still everything to Thor. It was this huge symbol of everything he'd fought for, proving to himself and to his father Odin that he was worthy of being Thor. We'll have to talk about the big twist in Thor 4 now that we know there's going to be another version of Thor, and they don't have Mjolnir anymore, and Thor's building Stormbreaker. So where's the other hammer going to come from? They're going to have to change a whole bunch of the comic book Mighty Thor plot to explain Thor 4. I'm working on a separate video for that, because that's like a whole big comic book that we have to explain. But then Captain America thrashes Thanos with the hammer, one of my all-time favorite Marvel movie fight scenes. The reason why Thanos' blade is able to cut Captain America's vibranium shield is because the blade is made with Uru metal by the same dwarves that forged Stormbreaker, Mjolnir, Thanos' armor, and the original Infinity Gauntlet. And within the Marvel Universe, Uru metal is about as strong as vibranium. They have very different properties, but that's why Captain America's shield is able to take a full hammer swing from Mjolnir in the first Avengers movie. Mjolnir is made of Uru metal, as is Stormbreaker. The reason why Thanos is able to wield Stormbreaker because it doesn't have the worthy enchantment that Mjolnir has. Remember, even though Odin doesn't shine a light on it very often, he knows how to cast magical spells just like Loki, just like Frigga. That's why he says, "It took me a long time to get out of your enchantment, Loki, during Thor Ragnarok. Your mother would be proud." You guys will like this too, really deep cut Easter egg. The Russos, after the movie came out, explained that the double-bladed sword that Thanos is wielding here, I mean, it looks really badass by itself, but it's also meant to be an Easter egg for the blades of the Thanos copter from the comics. Sadly, no actual Thanos copter in the movie, but at least they were thinking about it during this fight scene. Maybe we'll get a Thanos copter during the animated Marvel What If series if they do a Thanos episode. During the Avengers Assemble scene, the big final battle, the reason why Rhodey is wearing that newer upgraded Iron Patriot armor is because they crushed the last War Machine armor when Thanos blew up the Avengers base. And they want to sell more toys. They're doing their big double fold-out splash page scene, the most comic booky thing ever. They want everybody popping on screen as shiny as possible, like, look at all these toys we can sell. So they put everybody in the shiniest version of their suit that makes sense within the story. Like Cap isn't gonna run off and hose his costume down so that he pops more on screen, but it makes sense that Rhodey has backup armors in the Avengers base. The reason why it's the Iron Patriot armor is so that people in the audience can easily spot the difference between this and the last version of the armor without having to hit the pause button and zoom in. Like zoom, enhance, which armor is he wearing? As you see Ant-Man in Giant Man form running in the background, you see Spider-Man swinging off of him just like he did during Captain America Civil War. The digital effects artists that were working on these scenes tried to cram in every callback that they could into every single frame. So if some of these fights reminded you of earlier fights, that was on purpose. If you look at the bottom of the frame here, you can see Shuri is wearing those new sneakers she designed for Black Panther during the Black Panther movie, based on the Back to the Future 2 self-lacing sneakers. Pepper Potts doesn't have the extremis nanites in her body anymore, so she's not crazy powerful, but you're just meant to assume that the Rescue Dawn-inspired comic book armor is just super powerful. As powerful as Iron Man's armor would be, she probably doesn't know how to use it quite as much, but it's not like he's gonna send her out in a weaker set of armor if he loves her more than anyone else. I think the fact that they put Morgan Stark in the helmet earlier in the movie is just a call out to someday she's going to wind up on a Young Avengers team, but she's so young right now in 2023, it's probably going to be a while before something like that happens. The alternate ending with Captain America was basically meant to be a swap with him and Iron Man, who was going to make the ultimate sacrifice. And there were a couple reasons why they went in a different direction, and part of it has to do with how hardcore and graphic this Captain America ending was going to be.
All right. Let's this shit up.
It started with Thanos in 2014 capturing Nebula, stealing her time travel device, and Pym particles. And in the original version, it would have taken Ebony Maw longer to figure out how to reverse engineer that technology. So while he's figuring that out, Thanos in 2014 travels to Earth in 2014 prior to the events of Avengers Age of Ultron, kills all the Avengers in that past timeline. Ebony Maw finishes fixing the time travel device. Thanos and his ship arrive in present day at the Avengers base in 2023 on the battlefield here. And when he shows up in this scene here, sitting kind of waiting for them to show up so they can actually start the physical fight, when the Avengers walk up, he tosses out Captain America's severed head in front of them as a way to demoralize them before the actual fight. But it was meant to be 2014 Captain America's head, not this version of Captain America. So already, you can imagine why they chose to cut the scene. One, they said it just felt like it was way too much, and they were already skating on thin ice with the rules of time travel. So it was just simpler to have Thanos come straight to present day with the help of evil younger Nebula from 2014, and obviously getting rid of the severed head helped them keep the movie PG-13. The other reason why they decided it was going to be Iron Man to sacrifice himself is because they felt like it was too easy to let Captain America sacrifice himself, because no matter what, he's always the guy that's going to throw himself on the grenade, and it was a bigger turn for Iron Man's character, more character development, that he would choose to do that himself, because normally he tries to find a way out of those kinds of situations, like, I have a trick, so I don't have to pay the ultimate price. So no, this was him accepting the burden of that. I'm not going to run from this anymore, and that's why they wound up killing Iron Man instead of Captain America. But let me know in the comments, do you think that they were right to get rid of that severed head? And do you think that they were right in choosing Iron Man instead of Captain America to sacrifice themselves? I've got a whole bunch more Avengers Endgame bonus features, deleted scenes and stuff to post. That'll come in the next couple of days, but leave all your video requests in the comments below. I'll name a giveaway winner when I post my next Marvel video. Click here for my teaser video on the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie, and click here for the brand new teaser trailer for the Lord of the Rings TV series. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.